Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I have a package from Atlas Stationers. The package itself got beaten up pretty badly in transit, so I got the dropkick shipping specialty from the UPS man. We don't have the box anymore. I just saved the postcard that says saved date 39th annual sidewalk sale, August 13th and 14th, 2026. So there's our little postcard. And then the only item we got in this order was this Wearingeul pen, a dream within a dream. So I was hoping for somebody to review this pen on YouTube until I realized that I can probably be that YouTuber. I can review this pen. So I pretty much got this for you guys. I was not really interested in it. Well, I am because it's beautiful, but I'm a little skeptical. Like, I bought that Dominant Industry Kino Cherishment pen going into it thinking it would be similar to this Jinhao 100, but I was pleasantly surprised. When Wearingeul came out with their pens, my immediate thought was, okay, that just looks like a knockoff of, well, not a knockoff, but it looks kind of like a cheap Chinese pen. And also, what's with both of these Korean brands releasing pens at the same time in the pink and purple colorway? Like, it's a little too close together and they're almost competing with each other, you know? But the Dominant Industry pen, they shared all their like behind the scene drafts of how the pen was made and stuff like that, and I did not really see anything for Wearingeul. So we'll have to see if this pen is any good. Please excuse the ink stains and whatnot. Let's get into it. This one says A Dream Within a Dream, Edgar Allan Poe, the color palette of literature. So this is based off of their literature inks, and I did not buy that ink because it looked way too faint. It looked like it wasn't going to be legible. But I'm sure somebody has. I did hear that it doesn't handle that shimmer ink very well. I don't know. But we're here to test how this pen writes, maybe compare it to some other pens in my collection, and pretty much here to answer the ultimate question, is this pen worth it? This is a really bizarre way of doing this. Did I do something wrong? Oh, it's taped. Okay, here we go. It says medium nib preface series number 005, A Dream Within a Dream, Wearingeul, Korea, made in China. Okay, so I have a feeling this side will also cause me trouble, so I'm gonna take this off. The pen is priced at $89 in the United States. I saw a post on Reddit that said this was going to be $49, so I mentally wanted it to be $49. That's how much it was in Korea, but with the customs and tariffs and shipping it into the US, that's what adds to the price. And then right now, only the pink one is left in stock at Atlas. But Endlesspens, I did see that they're doing a sale during July, and they're actually releasing both of these pens on July 10th. So if you use my discount code Dumpling, you should be able to get 20% off of that $89. That should give you a better price for this pen because it is sold out at Atlas. So alrighty, I didn't notice this before, but based on watching some reviews about this pen and reading about it on Reddit, this is a book-shaped box, so that's pretty cool. It's designed to look like a book. On the spine, we have number 005, which kind of copies the Kino idea now. Like the Kino, the Cherishment was 014, and it was based on like the hotel room, so I guess theirs is like the book series, but it's starting to make it all seem like they're coming from the same brand. That's just my impression. I'm sure they're different entities. Okay, fountain pen, preface series, A Dream Within a Dream, Edgar Allan Poe, read different. Okay, nothing on the back. And then the other side, it says color archive, established, Wearingeul 2015. 15, Where Color Begins. So Wearingeul is an ink brand, and they are well known for a lot of very fun and shimmery inks, as well as a literature-based series of ink. And it looks like they're diving into pens now. Wearingeul shapes thoughts in color and feeling, wearing emotion in each word and page, gently dyeing what is felt into language that lingers beyond the written. Okay, let's just get into it. All right, I'm gonna be comparing it a lot to that Kino Dominant Industry pen because they're both Korean brands, they're both steel nib pens, and they both came out this year in this beautiful pink or purple colorway. Immediately, you can tell that the box is so much easier to open. We get this cute little slot of cardstock. Oh, there's that nice gilded gold, A Dream Within a Dream. I did not read A Dream Within a Dream. Edgar Allan Poe is like a depressing author, isn't he? So choosing this bright purple is interesting. A Dream Within a Dream, Edgar Allan Poe. There's the color swatch for the ink. That looks really, really pretty. The color of literature is the project expressing the stories and impressions of literature, works with colors. Wearingeul allows literature to transcend its traditional form and engage the senses in an immersive experience. Pretty. I think this is like a bookmark. Ooh, nice. Take this kiss upon the brow, and imparting from you now, thus much let me avow, you are not wrong, who deem that my days have been a dream. I guess this is more of an excerpt from the story. And then fountain pen user guide. Open a pen body. Oh, and attach the empty converter. With the converter, attach, dip the nib and turn to fill. Wipe away ink. Hold the nib facing up. Tilt about 45 degrees and write gently. Always close the cap after use. Store away from sunlight and heat. Use fountain pen ink only. Don't drop it or anything. Avoid hot water when cleaning. Alrighty, that's pretty. It's cute. It follows this storybook. I think that's all that was in here. So this box is kind of cool. Faux leather. It's fancier than I thought it would be for this kind of pen. It says Wearingeul in silver across the top. Here we go. Oh, it's tiny. Literature ink. Preface. I think it's preface series. Literature fountain pen. The inside, there is a little bit of, it's this like, it's soft, but it's not plushy. It's suede-like. And then here's the pen. I don't think you can even remove this. No, you can't. That's a cool box though. Okay. Sorry for this ink stain. Oh, this is really pretty. I can't help feel like it's like a cheaper Chinese-made pen though, which there's nothing wrong with those pens, but this is $89 and the Jinhao I think was $20. It has rounded ends. It is very, very pretty. It's semi-translucent, but you probably can't tell with my lighting. And the resin is very delicate. There's glitter and sparkling effect that's kind of laced through it. And you see shades of soft pink, purple, coral, and light blue. It's really pretty. It's got this iridescence feeling to it. It's actually very subtle. You can't really tell the shimmer because it's not on every part. Like this part right here doesn't have any, but then there's this line of glitter here, and then through here it's kind of swirled in. It's weird because it's only in certain parts and it kind of looks like it's brushed in. I don't think you guys can tell though in just from the camera. So we do have this clip and this one band right there. It's pretty light as a pen. The threads are not bad. Okay. At least it doesn't have that grinding noise when you have like threads. There's no inner cap. Wait, is there? There is like a transition. So right here, it's just body. And then there's like a thicker piece here, I think. You can kind of see the cutoff. Well, maybe you can't. Cuts off, like starts there. And it's not a cap. It's just kind of like there's a step. And then I think the wall's a little thicker, and then at the very end there is a little cap, like a little plastic cap near here. This is a baby nib. It kind of looks like the Kaweco Sport nib. I need to go find one of my Kawecos. So it's a really tiny nib for this size pen. It says, oh wow, I can hardly see what it says. There's swirls and then lines and swirls on the right hand side. It says established, I'm guessing 2015, and it says Wearingeul, and then underneath that it says M in parentheses. I'm going to try my best to bring it up to the camera for you to see, but I think it is kind of hard to see. So then here's the feed. Oh, look how lopsided that is. Do I try to adjust it? No, let's not do that. I think it twists though. Okay, hold on. Here we go. The converter has in script the brand name Wearingeul, but it does kind of look like your standard international cartridge converter, maybe a little shorter. I'm not sure on that. Let's just take, no, I shouldn't try to twist this off. And then there's a little ball inside. Move your ink around if you want. Because the nib is so tiny, I don't know if you can use shimmer inks. You can, I've definitely seen people use it. I don't even know what to say. It's light, it's almost lighter than your Benus. Let me just pull out some pens with steel nibs and we can do like a little comparison. So the Benu Briolette is actually longer, and then our Jinhao Centennial is longer. I'm gonna do the Pilot Metropolitan. I know that's lower end, but I'm just curious. So we also have our Esterbrook SD and Novelore Voyage, TWSBI Eco, oh, and the Dominant Industry Kino. So it is a really short pen. It's almost as short as your Kino. So that's really interesting. Here's the Kaweco Sport. It's a small pen. And nib-wise, I think it's closest to your Kaweco nib. Look at that. It's like a little baby. The Kino looks crazy big next to it. What about this Briolette? So I think this is like the number 5 size nib from Jowo. We don't know what the Wearingeul nib is. I'm gonna assume it's a Jowo nib. There's ink in the Benu bleeding onto my hands. Cause this is the Schmidt nib from Benu. Even the Jinhao nib is bigger. And the TWSBI Pilot Metropolitan. This is interesting. So yeah, it is the closest to your Kino. And if you don't have that, oh, that's unposted. If you don't have that, then maybe the Benu Briolette for the length of the pen. This is a small pen. I'm going to clean it out and then dip test it. I'm curious how it writes, and I will do the same thing that I did for the Kino pen. I won't compare it to every single pen in my collection, but I will compare it to the pens that are right here because I want to put it in a category with these steel nib fountain pens, and that kind of gives me an idea of like what kind of pen this is and its value. So there's that. Let me weigh it. I'm expecting it to be pretty light. The entire pen is 24.1 grams. The cap itself is 11.9 and the body is 12.2. The Kino was 30, but the cap was really heavy. But there's still more weight in the body at 16. And then if you have like a Jinhao, the body 15, close to 16. The SD is also close to 16. These are like the pens that a lot of people have. So Kaweco is 11 total. So that's kind of the weight of just the body of the Wearingeul pen. I hope that helps. Let me clean this out. And do we want to try a shimmer ink? I always feel like shimmer inks don't work well in pens anymore, unless it's like a Benu. We can do like dip tests with the Pilot ink. That's what I always do. Let me clean up and come back. I'm running out of pages in my Logical Prime paper notebook, but I'm kind of glad because I don't really like this notebook and it's time to move on. It's new pen day. That's my sticker from my Etsy shop. I'll leave it in the links below. I like to dip test all of my pens with Pilot Iroshizuku ink. It is a very wet ink and it won't necessarily tell you how the pen performs, but it'll tell you instantly whether or not there's something wrong with your pen. Because if you can't use Pilot ink, then there's definitely something wrong with your pen. Isn't this cool? This is a jar wench. It's a rubber grip thing so you can open your ink bottles. I got it from Sapling & Sons and I love it. I need a paper towel. So I was staring at the resin and this pen kind of reminds me of a fairy tale because it has that like Cinderella blue, but it also has this dreamy purple and pink. Post-it, you can do it, but it doesn't feel very secure. And it definitely brings the weight back to here. This feels a little uncomfortable. Like, I kind of wish it was a little wider. I don't know. The grip doesn't, it's like you're almost, there's not enough pen. There's not enough pen. It needs a little more for it to feel balanced, but this is just so light and a little thin. The thinness isn't too bad. I think it's just, it's because it's so short. I feel like I need to compensate by holding it closer to this nib, and it's not good. Like, I can't see myself writing with it right now. It hurts. It's giving me pain right here. Hand back a little more and maybe hold up here. If I try to hold like this isn't how I write. I don't write where I'm almost covering the nib. I like to place my fingers where the grip is. So let me try to post it. I feel like it doesn't feel safe, but it's not falling off right now as long as I kind of shove it in there. I don't know, guys. I'm like not liking it so far. Let me just dip it real quick. Down strokes. Am I like compensating with the way I'm holding this? Probably. Down. Up isn't terrible. To right. Whatever. You get the idea. It's not bad, but I can feel my muscle cramping soon right here because my fingers are uncomfortable. What am I doing? Should I post it? If when I post it, it feels like back weighs it. I don't want to be negative about it, but the nib is fine. Ah! Okay, so it fell off. The nib is fine. I don't know who to compare it to. The quick brown fox over a lazy dog. This is the Wearingeul, a dream within a dream. I'm not sure if I'm not being fair to this pen because did not have the highest expectations, honestly. There's something off about how short it is. This one has enough weight to it that it feels nice. And the Kaweco posted is actually longer than this Wearingeul pen. Well, dang. Okay, I don't know, you guys. Maybe I'll write sideways because maybe that'll help. Pilot, Hiroshi, Zuku, Murasaki, Shikibu. There's nothing substantial about the nib. And what I just noticed is that, I don't know if you guys can tell, you see how my fingers like misshapen? It's because I was pushing down so hard and applying more pressure to hold on to this thing. This is a no from me. I don't know. We're only like 15. Actually, I don't know how long we're in on this video. Apparently, I talk too much, according to some comments I've been getting. So sorry about that, you guys. The nib doesn't sing to me. Not that I want it to like audio. I just mean like it doesn't speak to me romantically because it's not like super smooth. There's definitely feedback. And that's with a wet ink. So I don't even know if I want to put in a dry ink with Shimmer. Dip some of these real quick to see if I'm being judgy. This is a Jinhao 100 and this has a messed up nib because I stabbed myself with it by accident. And smoother. Maybe it's because it's more comfortable to hold. I have pain going through my elbow now because of this. This is already ink, so we'll just do this. This is the Novelure. This is a Novelure medium. Oh, it kind of writes like that. But I don't really like the Novelure. Not quite. Okay, that's weird. You can't just cap it real quick and twist. It almost gets caught a little if you do it too fast. TWSBI. This TWSBI is not a good example because I just cleaned it out. This is water with the ink. But that's a medium nib. The TWSBI feels decent compared to this. Okay, so with a wet ink, it feels like a TWSBI with the watered ink, the watered down ink. But even this feels smoother. Pilot Metropolitan. I'm gonna have a grand old time cleaning out these pens later. There's leftover ink. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Pilot Metropolitan and the Wearingeul. Pilot has more sharpness to it. The Wearingeul one has more roundness to the nib, it feels like. It's definitely not the Benu. The Benu Schmidt nibs are very wet, so I don't think it's comparable to that, but I also have a wet ink in there. It does write better if I move up a little. It writes a lot better if I move up, but I can't hold my pen like this. What? All right, we ran out of pages in this notebook. It's not looking good, you guys. I don't want to be negative. I see a lot of people who like this pen and they just got it And it's brand new from Wearingeul, so who knows? Like, maybe it's a matter of personal preference, but that's for every pen, right? Wearingeul pen, freshly dipped. Let's compare it to 3 more pens. Did I do the Kaweco? Kaweco Sport. Actually, it's pretty similar to the Kaweco. Maybe a little smoother. There's more feedback from your Kaweco pen than there is from the Wearingeul. It has this like dry experience to it when you're writing. It feels weird. Here's my industry. I like this. I like this pen a lot. If you didn't see my review for it, you should go ahead and check it out. I was raving about this pen. I've already inked it up twice since, maybe 3 times since I've had it. It has an ebonite feed, so it just feels nice. I don't know if that's the reason it feels nice, but it's actually writing pretty close to the Pilot right now. All right, last but not least, let's try this Esterbrook SD. Oh my god, I need to clean my pens more thoroughly. Esterbrook SD. I like this. I'm not the hugest fan of SDs just because I got one good one, which is this, and one not so good one. 50-50 on them. It's not a fair comparison since SDs are almost $200, whereas this pen is like $100. I think it's fine. The length of the pen does not agree with me, and it's making my hand cramp up. And then, like, it's dragging it backwards when I try to post it. Reverse, let's take a look. Not amazing. At least the nib is consistent. There's no issues there. But I think it leans dry. What are you? It's a beautiful pen, and I'm all for supporting new pens from brands that are just starting out in the pen world. I mean, obviously they do inks really, really well. This pen I don't think is for me. I'm not sure if sitting with it and using it for a few days it would change my mind. Maybe it will. Right now, it's just not for me. I think the length is not doing it. And it is beautiful. It is so pretty. I just need to figure out how to use it. The nib is really good. It's not superb. It's not like smooth and wet. It's kind of just regular. I don't know if you guys understand what that means. It's just regular. This is nice. This Jinhao. I don't think I would recommend it. That's rare on my channel. Let me go and ink it up with Shimmer ink because everyone wants to buy this pen and ink it up with that Dream Within a Dream ink. And since we're already testing it, let's do it with a Shimmer ink just to see if you can use it with Shimmer. So the ink I picked out is from Dominant Industry from their Pearl series, and it is called Sunset. This is a very beautiful ink. I haven't used it in maybe 2 years. I used to put it in my Kaweco Double Broad, and I think I put it in a TWSBI once, but it was a little dry. So this might not be a good idea to put a dry ink in here, but it's fine. Here's what the ink looks like. It has beautiful purple. It has pink shimmer. So this is Dominant Industry. Got like arm pain now. I don't know if it's related to the pen. I think lately my initial unboxings and first impressions don't really tell me much anymore. I gotta live with it for a few days. But look how pretty this ink is. It's got some blue shading in there, and I think it's a pretty good match. So we'll try this and see how we feel about it. Or we'll see if Shimmer comes out. That's what we're looking for. As far as how the pen goes, like I said, the nib writes all right. I think it might be because the nib is so tiny that it's causing me to grip the pen weird, or because the length of the pen is so small. What do you guys think? Did you examine my grip and whatnot? Some people do that, which is fine. I don't know everything, so definitely tell me if you think there's a way I should be holding this pen. Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing good reviews about it. It doesn't write bad. It just doesn't fit my hand. And I don't know if it's worth almost $100 because there's nothing really special about it. The resin itself is really, really beautiful. So there is that. I wish there was more weight to it. If they had this resin on an Esterbrook SD, people would go wild for it because the Esterbrooks, they have more weight and it's only a few grams more, but you get your length. You can post it comfortably. Not comfortably for me, but it's not gonna really fall off. And I honestly think it's the length of the nib. It puts you this far from the page compared to this far from the page. I wanna be up here. You see where my hand is? I wanna be right there. I need another set of hands. I'd have to be here. I'd have to hold it here. I'd have to hold it like this. So it's just like a stick. It doesn't even feel like a comfortable pen to me. I think it's fair to compare it to the Kino. If you're between this Korean fountain pen and this Korean fountain pen, both of which came out this year and both of which are beautiful, beautiful pens, I'd pick the Kino. I need to dip this again because it's not really writing. Let's try it posted. No, let's try it unposted and then dominant industry. Can you see it? Can you see my fingers going scrunching up? Because I feel it. I think this will have to be one of the pens that I do post it awkwardly. Wearingeul. So this is a pretty light ink. Do you see the shimmer? I definitely have to write at a weird angle. This is dragging my pen backwards, like that way. Right at a slant is the only semi-comfortable way. It's making my wrist hurt right there. This whole freaking video is just me like, oh guys, my wrist hurts. So dumb. It does work with shimmer ink. You can see like where the word right is, and then the word shimmer, there is some of that shimmer. You can see it when I go like this in that sentence. Do you see the shimmer? And you can see the shimmer. So you can use shimmer inks, so it's fine. Look how pretty that ink is. I have kind of moved away from using inks like these, lighter inks with a little dryness, just because I need something just to flow smoothly and to be no nonsense. It won't just twist without me thinking about it. Like once it gets to this final twist, there's like a little extra oomph that I don't understand. So this is a no for me, but I watched like 2 videos and people like it, so it's not necessarily a bad pen. It's just not fit for my hands, and I'm biased because this one was 115, this one was 89, this has an ebonite feed, this has more weight to it, this is very light. I'd say this is actually more beautiful than this pen, but don't tell the pen. If it was at USD $49, I can see it. I can see this pen. I mean, some of the Chinese pens nowadays, like they are in a 20 to 30 range. With the import fee, then it could be in the 40s now. I haven't really bought a Chinese pen in a while. I guess it's just unfortunate that like it's $89 in the US. I'm just gonna go flex out my wrists. It writes like the Kaweco. The Pilot Metropolitan writes better than it. It doesn't fit my hands. And we're just gonna sit here all night probably repeating that. So if you are still interested, you can grab it in one of the links I'll drop down below, and then there might be a discount code somewhere too. If you are won over by the aesthetic of the pen, then you should go for it. If you tried one, I would try to try one in person because it might not fit your hand properly like for me, but I am a very sensitive person for hand stuff. Like that's why I usually go for gold nibs, and then this one was just a pleasant surprise. I swear I keep doing this, turning the camera back on after I've already kind of like signed off. What I'm going to do is transfer this ink into this pen and see if this performs better, which I have a feeling it will. I'm biased against this pen, but nobody's paying me to say anything, so converter has gotten quite tight on this for some reason. Like the piston doesn't want to move as much. Like the piston feels tighter. Maybe it needs to be greased. Sometimes I do dumb things, saving this little bit of ink by putting it into this glass spoon so that I can pick up with this converter. They're not thoroughly clean, so some of that Pilot ink is also in here. They almost carry the same amount. Both of these pens almost carry the same amount of ink. Most of the shimmer actually kind of is on the bottom. Let's do this inky mess. I'm crazy. I don't know. Let's do this. Flood to feed. Oh shoot. Do you see that? We know the Kino nib twists. I do too much. I always put too much force. Now this one has the Dominant Industry ink. This one I'm going to ink with the Pilot ink because that's my wettest ink. Bring it back out. out. Why am I doing this? I always do too much on these videos. Let's fill it up. Maybe it's better filled up. That's so pretty. Maybe if you didn't have too many fountain pens, or like you didn't have a wide range of pens to test, then this would be a pretty good pen for you. Wearingeul. Let's hold it like the way I should. A dream within a dream. It writes dry. Dominant industry. That's really watered down. But if I prime the nib, then we won't get a good comparison. But that one was just dipped, the Wearingeul. This thing just sucks. This is why I don't use it anymore. There's like weird feedback on this stroke. It's like 4 a.m. and I was just messing with the pen and I was able to unscrew the nib. There is a little bit of glue right there, so maybe it wasn't intended for me to unscrew it. And there is a tiny O-ring right there. It looks like it's silicone. And then I tried to unscrew my Kaweco Sport nib and feed, and it does not fit in this section. It's way too loose. So something that comes like this, I don't know. I just unscrewed the number 5 nib from my Benu Briolette, and it does fit in the Wearingeul pen section. It just screws right in. Here, hold on. I'm on my really old phone, but you can see there's my Schmidt nib, and it looks like that would work. Maybe I'd have to test the converter real quick. Are the same? Not quite. So the left one is the Wearingeul and the right one is the Schmidt converter. I'm not gonna unscrew anymore, but this is the Benu nib with the Benu converter, and it does fit inside the Wearingeul pen. So I might take some of my Pixies and put it in this body, but really it's the body that doesn't feel good. So I don't know, whatever. We'll do some more experimenting in another video. I also just realized the reason that the Kaweco did not fit is because I pulled out the entire feed instead of the section. Like I said, it is very late in the evening. That's all, you guys. Thank you for being here. Let me know if you got the pen, if you enjoy it. Maybe you have some tips on how I can enjoy it. It's just too short. So any room for improvement? Yes. Give me a little more. Just give me a little more. It's crazy that it's shorter than our Kaweco when it's posted. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I hope your dream within a dream comes true. That was cringy. Okay, bye.